Good morning, children. So let's continue. Activity number 4. So we saw how light is important for us to see the things and how light is also important for the shadows to be formed. Now let's continue. Place a chair in the school ground or in your house, of course, in the ground on a sunny day. What do you observe from the shadow of the chair? Does the shadow give an accurate picture? It does not give the accurate picture of the shape of the chair. If the chair is turned around a little, how does the shape of the shadow change? So, shadow changes as you change the sides of the chair. Take a thin notebook and look at its shadow. Then take a rectangular box and look at its shadow. Do the two shadows seems to have the similar shapes? So either you take rectangular box or you take a notebook, because that is also rectangular. The shadow will be the same. Take flower or other objects of different colors and look at their shadows. A red rose, a yellow rose, for instance. Do the shadows look different in color when the color of the objects are different? No, because shadows do not have any color. So both the flowers will look same. Take a long box and look at its shadow on the ground. When you move the box around, you may see that the size of the shadow changes. When is the shadow of the box is the shortest and when is the long side of the box is point. So when the long side of the box is pointed towards the sun, or when the short side of the box is pointed towards the sun. So suppose you have this long side and there is a short side. So when this will be pointed towards the sun, the shadow will be the longest. When this side will be, when it will be kept like this, and this side is pointed towards the sun, the shadow will be the shortest. Okay. So it depends how you keep the things in front of the sun, isn't it? Let's move ahead. Let us use the long box to prepare the simple camera. So children, you all have to prepare a pinhole camera. Okay. So you might think that we need a lot of stuff to make a camera. Not really. We just wish to make a simple pinhole camera. So this is activity number 5. So just see how the camera is to be prepared. This is called a pinhole camera. Okay. Take 2 boxes of cardboard such that one can slide into another with no gap in between them. Okay. So like this we need a box. One should get inside it. Well, this should be the big box. This shouldn't be very small box. Okay. And not as big as the shoe box. It's a small box. Cut open one side of each box. On the opposite face of the larger box, make a small hole in the middle. So you can see there is a hole in the middle. The hole is made here. Yeah, you can see the hole. Okay, now it's little larger, it is little smaller. So the smaller will go into the larger one. Make a small hole is done in the middle. Cut out from the middle a square with the side of about 5 to 6 centimeter. So you have to measure 5 to 6 centimeter and you have to cut here a square portion. You can see here the square portion is being cut, that you have to cut. Cover this open square box with a tracing paper. or you can cover it with the butter paper. You have to cover the square with a butter paper. Now slide the smaller box inside the larger one with the hole in such a way that the side with the tracing paper is inside with the side with the tracing paper is inside the larger box, and your pinhole is ready for use. So this smaller box will go, this is the smaller box, okay, and this will go inside this. Okay, you have to put it inside the larger box. Your pinhole camera is ready. Now holding the pinhole camera, look through the open face of the smaller box. Okay, so from here you have to watch. Yeah, this is the open face, no? So this is the open face. So from here you have to see through. You should use a piece of a black cloth to cover your head and the pinhole camera. Now try to look at some distant object like a tree or a building through the pinhole camera. Make sure that the objects you wish to look at through your pinhole camera are in bright sunshine. Okay, because you are watching from the dark place, because you are covering your head with the help of a black cloth. Move the smaller box forward or backward till you get the picture on the tracing paper pasted on the other end. Okay. Are these pinhole images different from their shadows? Look through your pinhole camera at the vehicles and people moving on the road in the bright sunlight. Do the pictures seen in the camera show the colors of the objects on the same side? Are the images erect or upside down? Surprise! Let us now image the sun. Children, you have to see whether it is erect, means the object is seen as it is, or it is upside down. Okay. Now let us see. So that's a surprise, you have to tell me. So let us now image the sun with your pinhole camera. We need a slightly different setup for this. We just need a large sheet of a cardboard with a small pinhole in the middle. Hold the sheet up in the sun and let its shadow fall in the clear area. Do you see the small circular image of the sun in the middle of the shadow of the cardboard sheet? Look at these pinhole images of the sun when an eclipse is visible from your location. Adjust your pinhole and screen to get a clear image before the eclipse is to occur. Look at the image as the eclipse begins. You will notice a part of the image of the sun gradually becomes darker as the eclipse starts. Now, please underline, never ever look directly at the sun. Okay, children? Never ever look directly at the sun, because that could be extremely harmful for your eyes. Alright? Now, this is again a very important, interesting pinhole camera in nature, and this is always asked in the exams. So children, whatever you are watching here, so the circle things everywhere, these are the circular images of the sun you can see here. Okay, so how these circular images of the sun is forming, and where is the camera? So where the natural camera is present. So there is an interesting pinhole camera in nature. Sometimes When we pass under a tree covered with a large number of leaves, we notice small patches of sunlight under it. So these circular image So these circular images are in fact pinhole of the sun, and the gaps between the leaves, they act as a pinholes. Okay, and these gaps are all kinds of irregular shapes. So whatever the shapes will be, that they are the gaps are all kind of irregular because leaves are of different shapes, no, and the 2-3 leaves are forming the gaps, and they are forming the circular images of the sun. All right, so try to locate when an eclipse occurs next. That could be so much of fun. So children, this question is very important. Where is the pinhole camera present in the nature, and what is the pinhole and what is the image? These are very important. So you have to read this very carefully and underline it. Alright? Chalo, moving ahead. Bujo has this thought, and we saw upside down images of the people on the road with a pinhole camera. Okay, so whenever you will make your pinhole camera, you will also see your upside down image, not your image. You can see the images of the people will be upside down. It will be upside down. What about the images of the sun? Did we notice them upside down or anything like that? So what's that? When it is a circle, even if it is upside down, will you be able to notice it? Yeah. So Paheli has another thought. Surely all these results that we are seeing, formation of shadows and pinhole cameras, are possible only if light moves in a straight path. So this activity number 6, you have to do it on your own. I mean, I'll be explaining it, but you have to do it at your home. Alright? So whether the light travels in a straight line or not, that we'll see in the next period. But children, this pinhole camera you have to make. This is an activity for this month. Alright? So I'll be telling you more activities, what is to be done in this period. Okay, so we are done for this period. This natural pinhole camera and this artificial pinhole camera which you have to make. Not today, but in this week only. You have to make it and you have to show it to me. Okay, this activity number 6, 7, 8 we'll do tomorrow. I mean next period whenever it is there. Alright.